Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're on page 165 in the Succeed book. This is lesson 8 of module 5. And we are doing the same thing just with bigger numbers, right? So today we're going to be adding using our place value discs. If we have them, you may draw them if you don't. But we're also going to look for these opportunities when we don't need to do that, when we can still use mental math. So I'm looking at this first problem. And while this is fairly close to the next 100, it's really close to the next 10. If I took 505 and I decompose it so that I have 505 in two parts, I can give that 5 to 75. And how much would that be? That's going to bring it to the next 10. So that's going to be at 80. Now I have 500 plus 80. That is a much easier problem to solve. I can do that in my head. I don't need my place value disc. I don't need vertical form. 500, which has no tens or ones, plus 8 tens, it's going to be 580. When we see those opportunities, we want to take advantage of it and do the faster, easier, more efficient strategy. Same thing over here. I'm looking at this and I can see those friends of 10 right there. If I decompose 606, give that 6 to 84. Now we have 90. What is my easier problem that I'm solving? 600 plus 90. A super easy problem to solve, 690. So we have to know those friends of 10 to be able to recognize those opportunities to make an easier problem, because they're not always going to be there. Now we're looking at this. It's got a bunch of tens and ones all over the place. This is not that kind of problem. But here, when we see that opportunity to make an easier problem, we should do that. Always working for what's easier and more efficient. Okay, so on this next problem, we've already said that's not going to work. Let's use our place value discs. We're going to write this in vertical form, making sure that we line the numbers up. The hundreds, the tens, the ones. Make sure we're lining them up correctly. And then I'm just going to use my whiteboard. Now you're going to want to have your book open and your whiteboard so that you can do these problems easily. All right, so I don't need to label my place value chart because I'm using the discs, and the discs are already labeled. It does help if you lay your place value discs out in groups. Makes it really easier and faster to grab what you need. So I have a group of my hundreds, I have my tens, and I have my ones. When I put them away more carefully, it's super easy to sort them. But I was a little sloppy today after class. All right, so I've got them about sorted out. I've got my ones and my tens and my hundreds. So I am going to model this problem. The first number we need to show is 300 93. 393. So we need how many hundreds? We need 3 hundreds. 1, 2, 3. And my chart isn't quite big enough for me to be able to put them in the 5 groups. But I will work on that for my 10s and my 1s. I have, 200. 200. 9 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 3 ones. 91, 92, 93. So I have 293. The second number we're modeling, 114. So that's 100, 110, and 4 ones. All right. So now we're going to start with the ones in case we have to compose, because that'll change the other numbers. So we have 3 plus 4. Can I make a 10 with that? No, that does not quite make a 10. I have 3 and 4 making 7. So I am going to add that to my vertical form. 3 plus 4 is 7. Now we're going to add 9 plus 1. Oh, 9 plus 1, that's going to make a group of 10. I'm going to put that 10 tens is 100. So I'm going to put that new group of 100 there. And it's going to leave me with 0 tens. Let's look at that on our place value discs. So I have 9 and 1 more is 10. 10 tens is 100, so I am going to bundle up those 10 tens and trade it out for 100. No, that's not right. Trade it out for the 100 down here. All right. I have 0 tens. I have another 100. So now we're adding 2 plus 1 plus 1. 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. We're going to add that to our vertical form. So 293 plus 114 equals 407. We had to bundle one time. We bundled a group of tens to make a new 100. Let's look at our next one. 314 plus 495. 314 plus 495. So 314, we're going to need 110 and 4 ones. 314. Our second number is 400. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 95. So there are 9 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are adding 4 and 5. Can we make a group of 10? No. 4 plus 5 is 9. I'm going to add that to my vertical form. Now, coming to the tens, we have 1 plus 9. That makes a group of 10. I have 10 ones. I'm going to compose those 10 ones, and I'm going to make a new group of 100 down here. So let's make sure we do that on our vertical form as well. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 tens is one new group of 100, and there's 0 tens left. Now we're ready to move on to our hundreds. We have 3 plus 4 plus 1. 3 plus 4 is 7. One more is 8. 809. Couple more. 364 plus 326. 360. So that's 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, 4 ones. And then underneath our second number is 326. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 364 plus 326. Gonna write it vertically as well. Actually, you should write it vertically in your book. I'm just gonna do it here on my whiteboard so I'm not going back and forth. 364 plus 326. We're gonna start with 4 plus 6. That's one of those friends of 10. 4 plus 6, I can make a group of 10 ones. So I'm going to compose or bundle up 10 ones and add a new group below. So what that looks like on the vertical form, I add that new group in my tens, and I don't have any ones left. Now we're coming here. 6 plus 2 plus 1. 6 plus 2 plus 1. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. Did we compose a new group? No. So we're just going to leave that there. 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So in your book, you have written 364 plus 326. You made one new group below in the tens, and you have 690. Good. Let's do the next one. So again, you're writing this in your book. The next one is 346 plus 234. So 300 and 4 tens and 6 ones. 346, and I'm going to add in 234. So that's 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 4 ones. 346, 234. So we're going to start here with our ones. We have 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4. Ooh, I can make a 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, so I'm composing or bundling up 10 ones, and I'm putting a new group of 10. I'm going to show that by writing my new group of 10 and no ones left. Then I come to my tens. 4 plus 3 plus 1. 4 plus 3 is 7, and one more is 8. Do we need to put a new group? No, we couldn't make a 10. We couldn't make 100, which is 10 groups of 10. So now we come to our hundreds, and we have 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. You can see that we bundled up a group of 10 ones to make one new group of 10. And we did not compose a new 100. The next problem, 384 plus 225. So we have 384. So we've got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We need 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add in 225. Make sure you're writing your vertical form in your book while you're doing your place value discs. So now we have 2 hundreds, we need 2 tens, and we need 5 ones. Four plus 5 is 9. Are we making a new group of 10? No. We only have 9, so those are staying there as ones. Now we're coming here. We have 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2. That does make a group of 10. So we're going to compose 10 tens, and that's going to give us 100. We're going to record that here by showing our new 100 in the hundreds column, and we don't have any tens left. So now we come to 3 plus 2 plus 1. 3 and 2 is 5. One more is 6. Make sure that your vertical form is recorded in your book, showing that we compose 10 tens to make 100. We have one more on this page. We have 600. 609 plus 351. So I need all of the hundreds we used in the last problem. 6 hundreds. We don't have any tens. And goodness, we need exactly 9 ones. So 609. We're going to add 351. So 3 more hundreds. That's all I had. All I have are 9 of them. So there we have 300s. I need 5 10s. Oops, move that down. That's part of my second number. 300s, 5 10s, and 1 1. Okay, I've got my vertical form. You should have that written in your book. You can have yours side by side. So I have 9 and 1. 9 and 1, that's one of our friends of 10. So 9 plus 1 is going to give us 10. We have 10 ones. So we are going to bundle it and compose it, switch it out, and make one new group of 10. I'm going to record that in my vertical form right there. And I have nothing left in my ones place. So now I have 0 plus 5 plus 1. 5 and 1 is 6. Do I need to make a new group? I don't. I don't have 10. I can't bundle. So over here, look at all of our hundreds. I have 6. There's 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. Almost to 1,000. Look at how close we are. 960. Make sure that your vertical form in the book looks like this, where you are showing that you made a new 10 from your 10 ones. So on the next page, we're going to not use our place value discs. We're going to use some mental math. And then like we did before, we'll use things that we learned in earlier problems to solve the new problems. So the first one says 200 plus 400. That's pretty simple. 200s plus 400s equals 600s. Well, this one is almost the same. We've just got 2 10s added in. So 400s plus 200s is 600s. 2 10s plus 0 10s is 2 10s and 0 1s. Now, we could have also just looked here. If we know that 200 and 400 is 600, we've already answered that question. Then the only difference here is that there's 20 more. So we could just add 20 to 600 to solve this one. Now, down here, we have 220 plus 400, which we already know is 620, right? But here we've added 40. So decompose that. We have 220 and 400, which we already know. We already know it's 620. We're going to add 40. So 2 10s plus 4 10s is 6 10s. 220 and 400 is 620. 620 and 40 is 660. So now, how is this one different? Still have 220. Now we have 480. If I decompose that into 440, which is what we did already, what would the other part be? 480 would be 440 and 40. So this part, 220 plus 440, we know is 660. Now we're going to add 40 more. 4 10s and 6 tens is 10 tens. We're going to add that to the hundreds. So we're going to make another 100 and we would have 700. If that does not make sense to you, you could try doing the arrow way, or you can use your place value discs. But we should be able to just look at where we're going. We're going to do one more problem that uses what we know here. This problem, 220 plus 480, we just did. Now we're going to do 225 and 485. 220 and 480 make 700. How much more are we adding here? We have 5 more to this number and 5 more to that number. How much more are we adding altogether? 10. So this answer is going to be 10 more than this answer. How much is 225 plus 485? 710. If you want to make it more clear, we can break it up. So we have 220 and 5. We have 480 and 5. These two we just solved. That's 700. So we just have to add those two in. 5 and 5, 10. All right, now we're starting with kind of new numbers. Starting with an easy one though, 500 plus 60. There's no tens and ones here, so these tens and ones aren't going to be changed. There's no 100 here, so that 100's not going to be changed. We're just going to put them together and we have 560. Cool. Look here. Instead of 506 plus 60, we have 500 plus 160. We still know what 500 plus 60 is. Now we've just got another 100 added in. So it's going to be this answer plus another 100. 660. So now down here we still have 160. Now instead of 500 we have 540. I'm going to break this up. I'm going to put that 40 over there because we know that 500 plus 160 is 660. We just solved that. We know what this one is. Now we just have to add in 40 more. 660 plus 40. So we have 6 hundreds, 6 tens, 0 ones. Ones aren't going to change. 6 tens and 4 tens is 10 tens. So we're going to change our 100 and we're back to 700. So now, looking down here, oh my goodness, very different answers. But can we do this? 560, 240. 500 and 200 is what? 700. 6 tens and 4 tens. That's another 100. So if we have 100 here and 700 here, we have 800. So now let's look at this very last problem. 560 plus 250. We know what 560 plus 240 is. How much more is this? 560 is the same. 250 is how much more? It's 10 more. So 560 plus 240, we know that's 800. We just need to add in 10 more. We always want to use what we already know. If we can make a simpler problem, we should make a simpler problem. But we always want to use what we've just learned. That makes our work a lot easier. Boys and girls, thank you for working so hard. I know this was a long and difficult lesson. See you next time.